Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. What a great day I'm having here. Day 2, Maritech 2025. Conversations are flowing, deals are being made, collaborations are happening. Big industry, small industry, government, academia, everybody working together for the benefit of our incredibly and thriving marine sector in Canada. On that note, sir, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much. My name's David Lloyd. I work for a company called Lloyd's Register, which is a classification society. And for the past two and a half years or so, I've been the program director for our energy transition drive.
Talk to me about that. What does that mean, the energy transition? Talk to me about it.
So that's a very interesting question. The energy transition obviously is being driven by climate change and by a lot of IMO as well as regional European Union regulations. So as we look for replacements to fossil fuels, to future fuels, to net zero or zero carbon fuels, that's what the energy transition is all about. And as you can imagine, it has a profound impact on ship design and the kind of things that we do and are discussing here at Maritech.
David, is there any technology or any fuel type that is sort of leading the charge at the moment? Where do you see it all going?
That's a very good question, and many people ask the same question. And if I knew the answer, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I can promise you that. So I think we're headed towards a multi-fuel future because these fuels are obviously very complex. They're very unique in their physical properties. And as such, no one fuel will fit the wide range of vessels that we have in the marine industry, much like, you know, the HFO and the MDO fuels of the past. So we're looking at a multi-fuel future. And right now we're in the transition phase. So we're looking at transition fuels, LNG, LPG, methanol. We call them transition fuels because they still have a carbon atom associated with them. But we're moving towards the true net zero fuels, ammonia, hydrogen, and their derivatives. So it's going to be a multi-fuel future, which is, I suppose, a good thing for us engineers as we design ships. We have lots of work ahead.
And not only the ships, of course, right, but there's the whole infrastructure as well, right, that supports it, that may well seem complex, but it's also a great sort of a driver of the economy as we look at new creative ways to fuel these ships.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because Lloyd's Register, as a classification society, has now just started looking at ports and our ports business. Because, of course, ships can't transition to a new fuel source or an energy source unless the ports actually have the infrastructure in place to supply them, provide them with that. And so this whole energy transition goes far beyond just ships. It's the whole maritime supply chain and what ports can do, what infrastructure they need, how they actually bring those fuels, that energy in. So it's very complex, but fascinating.
Yeah, it is complex and fascinating, and it sounds like you've kind of found a sweet spot. As you talk about it, your eyes are lighting up and you're talking about this sort of world that you live in. What was your journey to get to this?
It's a good question. So I started life out as a naval officer. I went through the ROTP program with the Canadian Navy many years ago. I won't put a date on that.
Sure.
But I started off in the Navy. Marine Systems Engineering, Naval Architecture, and then I decided to join Lloyd's and then have worked for Lloyd's for many years as well in a variety of positions. So it's been quite a journey, and where you start is not often where you end up, but the journey is fascinating and it's been a learning experience for a very long time.
And what are you most excited about in the marine sector? You've been around it for most of your adult life, if not all of it. What are you most excited about in the future of the marine industry in Canada right now?
Well, again, that's a very good question. I think Canada is a fantastic place for the incubation of a lot of innovation, because obviously with our national shipbuilding strategy in place, there are a lot of new ships and new designs being conceived. We're at that crossroads where we've got the two big Ds of the maritime industry, decarbonization as well as digitalization, and bringing all that to bear into new ship designs requires a lot of expertise, a lot of innovation. And so within the Canadian context, I see that happening. And again, you know, going back to Maritech 2025 and what we're discussing here, it's all happening here. So that's an exciting place to be.
David, an absolute pleasure to be in conversation with you. Certainly appreciate your lens on where the industry is going. Really wonderful to be in conversation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.